This guy here has no idea how close he is to becoming sausage. I'm telling you, he got out this morning. It was about 6 o'clock when I noticed he was out. Yeah, him. Yeah, you. And so I come out here and put him up. He tipped the rabbit feed container over, the little tub we keep rabbit feed in. And so I got him back in, fence was working. And I went back in the house and fixed breakfast. Looked out the window again and he was loose again. This time, he dumped that food out on the ground. He's figured out how to lift that handle. We had it wired down, but I guess our wire wasn't strong enough and broke or something. But anyway, I got to get a shovel here in a little bit and reclaim as much of that as I can. Because all this you see there, right here, is from the other day when I had some feed left over in the trailer and we threw it in tubs with lids on it. And he got loose and dumped it. So, all of my chargers have been showing a little weak, so I figure it's time to start recharging the batteries in them. I put this Premier One on the charger yesterday afternoon, since it's the most portable. And so we got it working. It's working really good. Hopefully it's hitting hard enough. And we got this one down here. I just turned it off and unplugged it. We'll let it set until tomorrow, just sitting there getting sunshine. That one there. And then we'll check it, and if it's doing what it should be, we'll move it over there, probably on one of them T-posts right there, and pull that charger over there and let it charge for a couple of days. So right now, water and everything, got to run to town. But first, I got to get that picked up. I'll go ahead and feed it now. But yeah, that's how my morning's been so far. And of course, I didn't think to put my overalls in the dryer again last night, so they weren't dry this morning. Alright, these guys got plenty of water. They don't take as much water right now. It's not so hot out. Kind of liking it. I got I got 3 up there, and there's 1 there. Deuce is way over there. There's 1 there. I should have 1 more somewhere. It's probably on the other side of the barn over there. But they're liking this cooler weather. Alright. I gotta go switch water over and water the Stooges and the Brat Pack. So, yeah. What a day so far. But the good thing is that I got yesterday and this morning's dishes washed up while I was waiting on my overalls. I didn't waste time. Well, didn't waste all that time I was waiting. So, see, today's Wednesday. Yeah. I also ordered some parts, hopefully, to fix the IBC tote. It's supposed to be here Friday. Hopefully they'll come early enough Friday. I can get them together and on the tote and get it back in operation. Because that's sure a time saver when it's available. I paid the extra shipping to get it here Friday, so I might be calling and giving some poor phone answerer. Is that proper English? Guess it really don't matter. But anyway, give somebody at Amazon an earful if they start playing. If I can't get this Friday, that's frustrating. Not being able to get what you need when you need it. Well, I understand it. To use the current administration's, well, it's the old baloney administration's vernacular, actually. The new normal. That's crazy. You know, you used to be able to get anything in this country the next day. Now you order it and you hope you get it at all. Tell me that's not intentional. I mean, it's crazy. It's kind of ignorant. Why, why does it have to be this way? I mean, really. Okay. They got water. We'll go over here to the Brat Pack. Probably ought to check the dogs since I'm here. Speaking of the dogs, I don't think, I'll check, but I don't think we've lost any more chickens since the move. Put that in there, and I'm going to regret that, I know, but I want to walk around here and look at chickens. I don't see any feathers. See where Buddy's been. Buddy the butthead. There's 6 of the red ones. I don't see our rooster, our black rooster or black hen. They're usually out here. Huh. They don't usually get out of the pen. Thought I heard him out here crowing this morning. That's odd. Well, there's one chicken up in there, up in the house. I don't know if you can see her or not. But this post is kind of crazy. Have to fix that here in a little bit. Can't see up in that house to see if there's any more. The hen may be laying, but that rooster's never in that house that I know of. Huh. Well, okie dokie then. I'll have to keep an eye on that situation. Like I said, we hadn't had any missing since moved them over here, but this is a little odd. This ground is so hard. It's crazy. I'm hoping that's just because we didn't get that in the ground very well. Okay. More to come on that situation. But go over here and get this water hose out of the pen with the Brat Pack. They think it's their toy to play with. Last rocket hose finally gave up the ghost on us, which, I'm kind of glad. But so we've got another one, not one of those rocket hoses, just a regular old blue water hose. Drop this in here. See if I can. And of course I didn't do it. Okay, let's see if it'll stay while I go turn it off. guys are all in. Let me check this fence right here. Let me do my tester. There it is. Yeah, about 4,000 kilovolts, popping up to 8,000. Yep, same thing on the bottom. All right. That ought to get their attention. So, yeah, this is where we're at right now. You know, that back to the fence charger thing. When you buy these solar chargers, they don't tell you that after a while, you either have to turn them off and let them set for a couple of days to recharge that battery up, or put that battery on a battery charger. Oh man, sinus drainage. But yeah, they don't talk about that, about having to charge those batteries every once in a while. If you're like me and you're forgetful, then you'll forget to do that, and you end up with a weak electrical charge in your electric fences, and then critters start to get out. So let's walk over here and see how much rain we got since yesterday. We got a ½ inch yesterday morning. That's what we got since then. A pretty decent little shower this morning. It's not looking like very much. Yeah. Let's see. There it is. You can see it's right there. That's about 1/10 of an inch that we got. So we've got about 6/10 of an inch in the last 2 days. Oh, we need a lot more, but I'll take what I can get. I don't know if I showed it on last night's video. I need to go look. Harvested my corn last night. I got one really nice ear and one little ugly ear. So Rhonda had me clean them up, put them in the freezer this morning. So, alrighty. Let me go get that water hose out of the Stooge's pen before they have it drug all over the place and chewed up. Yep. Really don't have a lot going on right now. Haven't put a lot of thought into what's going on in the world to make a comment yet. But it sure enough is crazy. And you know, I've been saying for a while, you know, prepare yourself. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Now, maybe, that's a big maybe, if we can get the right people in office in this next election, we might be able to start changing some things. But even if that happens, it's going to take a while. And it's probably not going to really do good until after the 2024 presidential election, depending on who wins that. I've not made it a secret that I do not care for the current president, but putting that aside, you know, I think there's something wrong with the man. I really do. He's got Alzheimer's or dementia or something. I don't know. And it's, you know, in my opinion, borderline elder abuse, what they're doing to him. Oh, I know what I need to do. You know, his wife and his handlers and all of them. Although, you know, I barely have sympathy for him as a human being. But, thing is that woman that's vice president, she won't be any better. She is probably the most ill-prepared person that's ever held that job. And sorry, I was trying to look in the chicken house. I'm gonna have to turn that off and go in there. But yeah, our vice president is not prepared for the job she has. You know, you all know the story about the post turtle. She's definitely a post turtle. You know, she don't know how she got in that position. She don't know what to do that she's there. And, you know, somebody put her there. And she definitely wasn't ready to be there. And I screwed that up. Just go look up post turtle. I'm sure that story will come up somewhere. But, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to shut y'all off and start trying to scoop, save as much of it as I can, get it into the pigs. I have to get me a bowl or something to put in there. I don't know. But, alright, catch y'all later. Alright, I'm going to show you something here with these herdsmen fence chargers here. I got it off now, I just turned it off. And watch the gauge. Pegs out, drops back, pegs out again. And then it drops out. I have learned that means it's time to charge the battery. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out another solar charger and just let that one sit there, the sun shining on it for a few days, and let it charge up without a load on it. So, but that's an indicator, especially these herdsmen. That's what I like about these herdsmen. They have that gauge on there. And, you know, a gauge could tell you a couple of things. It says on there, you know, right below it, says green is normal, yellow is marginal, and red, check the fence. Now we can check this fence, but I'm pretty sure that it's just the charger. These days are getting shorter, so they're getting less sunlight. So, yep, let that charge a bit. Hey everybody. Don't know where I'm going right now with this video. Just thought I'd sit down and start something. Been kind of serious the last couple of days, and don't want to just keep harping on this stuff. You know, these things that aren't the way they should be, going bad, and all that. But just almost can't help it. I mean, it's hard to find any good news out there. Uh, yeah, you know, like I said, I'm not wanting to get off on a tangent about, the not so good things going on out there, but there are some good things. There's some Second Amendment stuff that's going the right direction. But I didn't prep for any of that today. Uh, and that's one of those things, whether you're a gun person or not. The Second Amendment has protected this country and us as individuals, forever. Well, for the life of this country, the 200 and some years that we've been a country so far. The right to keep and bear arms. It's important. That's what protects all the others. I mean, the First and the Second Amendments are the two most important. The First Amendment's pretty broad. It protects your freedom of religion. You have the right to practice whatever religion you choose to, as long as you don't hurt people. But you do not have freedom from religion. I mean, you can't stop me from talking about my religion. Now, you can tune out of my channel, or, you can walk away from me, whatever, and that's fine. But you can't shut me up about it. And I can't shut you up. That's the way it should be. Everybody's all for freedom. The First Amendment, your First Amendment right, your freedom of speech. That's what I was looking for, freedom of speech. Everybody wants their right to say whatever they want protected, but there are those in our country that do not. They want theirs protected, but they don't want anybody else's. And I'm kind of an absolutist when it comes to the First Amendment. You can say whatever you want, whether it offends me or not. I mean, I've mentioned before that, I can cuss like a sailor. I try hard not to. But I don't have, when I get mad at these pigs, let's say, I don't have much control with that. And I think that's probably a good thing, because that keeps me from going in and getting a gun and, having to process a pig. So, pigs can try your patience. But anyway, there's times when I don't think it's appropriate to cuss, especially the F-bomb. And trust me, I can lob that F-bomb with the best of them. But there's times when you shouldn't. I mean, I still, at my age and the crowds I've hung out in, and I'm still sometimes a little surprised at how easily they throw that around. Because when I was raised, that's not a word even my dad said much. I mean, I don't know that I haven't heard him say that very many times in my life. But, my dad always tried to watch his language around ladies, around women, kids, And so I try to do the same thing, and I think that everybody should. Now, do they? No. Does it bother me? Yeah, it bothers me, but I'm not going to try to make them shut up. I mean, as inappropriate as I feel it is, I guess they have that right to do that. And that's a problem I've seen in this country. I think things are taking a turn. A lot of these big corporations, PayPal, they decided that they were going to fine you. PayPal, this is a company that makes money off of your money. Remember that, they make money off of your money. Was going to fine you if they found out that you were spreading misinformation. Now think about that. And they would decide what misinformation is. No, it don't work that way. Well, they got slapped down for it. People spoke up, said, no, you can't do that. We will take our money elsewhere. And those people can make money off of our money. Well, they decided then that, that was put out there by mistake. We didn't mean to do that. We never thought about doing that. And, you take that for what it's worth to you. But I think they would have done that if people hadn't spoke up. The almighty dollar speaks loudly, especially with these huge corporations. And there's been other instances, but nobody has a right to stifle someone else's freedom of speech. See, even Skittles agrees. So, that's a big deal. I don't have a right, nor does anyone else, to tell you what your religion should or shouldn't be. I don't know. I or anyone else has the right to tell you what you can or cannot say. Now, I do have the right to go research what you said and then come back and tell you whether you were right or wrong. So, it comes back again, people. Do your own homework. Look this stuff up. And like I said, it used to be, I remember in school, again, seems like 100 years ago now, being taught that let the buyer beware, So, you got to pay attention to stuff. Watching the number one farmhand walk out to his chores, I don't think he even knows I'm over here. But anyway, I can't hear what he's saying, but he's talking to himself. But then again, I guess I am too, huh? That's what makes this easy for me. People who know me personally are like, I didn't realize you could talk that much. Well, I'm talking to myself, I do these videos, I usually do them alone. And you can tell there's hardly ever anybody in video with me. Rhonda doesn't care to be, and neither does Ethan. But anyway, back to the topic. We gotta protect our rights, especially those first two. And like I said, whether you like guns or not, the Second Amendment is the one that protects all the others. Now, I can hear people already. Well, you can't fight the government. You can't. They got machine guns. They got tanks. They got, was it Joe Biden said they got F-15s? Yep, they do. But Afghanistan did a pretty good job of fighting back against all that. yeah, they had some weaponry give to them, but it can be done. Skittles over there telling me that I need to feed her. I need to give her some milk. That's what she wants. She's been eating grass all day. Anyway, I'm getting off track here a little bit, but like I said, you know, the first two amendments are the most important. That's why they're 1 and 2. You know, if you're not exercising your First Amendment, that's your right to assembly, to assemble, a peaceful assembly. I'll get it together eventually. You know, there's a lot in that First Amendment. Go read it. I didn't realize how much was in there for a long time. But if you go read the First Amendment, it's one of the more wordy amendments in the Constitution. You know, especially from the founders. When they made a law, they didn't mess around about it. It's cut and dried, to the point with them. Especially, you know, and then you compare the way they wrote laws to the way laws are written today, and there's no comparison. Them guys back then, they had it together. They knew, you know, they knew what needed to be. Unlike what we're dealing with now, you know. But anyway, before I get off on a tangent about the government, it should be pretty easy to do. I think I'll go ahead and wrap this up. Got to get my chores done. And so, let's look out for each other. Let's help each other when we can. And let's pray. Let's exercise our First Amendment right to practice our religion. You know, I hope, one of the things I hope we're all praying for is a peaceful solution to what's going on right now. Because there's some scary stuff going on. And there's some scary stuff just over the horizon if we're not careful. So, let's say a word of prayer. You know, in your way. I'm not going to pray here. But, yep, I'll catch y'all later.